Guys, that was my first time watching an AFL match. It was the Sydney Swans versus the Hawthorn Hawks. It was my first ever game that I've watched. I actually watched from the third quarter on, so I caught the last two quarters. Probably, I would say, the best time to actually start watching because the game was so tight. I made a few notes just to kind of remember what to talk about, considering how overwhelming the experience is. It is really quite helter skelter. There's a lot going on in a game, especially when the ball is kind of in midfield and they're almost tussling to see who gets possession because it's just back and forth, back and forth. I've got the ball, you've got the ball, someone's falling on it, someone's kicking it away. And then you're kind of hoping for almost the roll of the ball to kind of get you set for your next attack, basically, or to either get it back in defense. I know that in the third quarter, the Swans scored 5 goals to 2. So they really turned it around in that quarter. It was insane. They actually got the game within 3 to make it a 1-kick game. That's what the commentator said. It was a 1-kick game. And I think it was Blakey that scored. And just before that, it was a guy on the floor that did an over-the-shoulder pass. That was sick. Some dude is getting put on shoulders and has a guard of honor for some reason. Anyway. Yeah, and I think I also made a note here that some guy in the Hawks didn't contest the initial lob that was played into midfield, and that could have been a huge turning point in the game. Luckily, it didn't turn out to be that way for the Hawks, but they were really hanging on in that third quarter. In the fourth quarter, I think the Hawks actually showed a lot of nous and experience. They pulled the game away from the Swans. It was a huge crowd, obviously, in favor of the Swans. The Hawks were on the back foot. They were, even though they were in the lead, they'd been pulled back a lot. And I actually felt the crowd should have boosted their boys a little bit more, considering how close they'd come. But there's probably some tactical changes between the third and fourth quarter that allowed the Hawks to burn a lot of time. It felt like they burnt at least 10 to 12 minutes. Nothing really went on other than the ball just moving around the field and some incursions happening. Someone said Nick Blakey changed the attitude of the game, which is the commentator. I think he was talking about the Swans at that point. And the Hawks, it was in the fourth quarter where that guy at the Hawks, he caught the ball within the goal area and then he didn't take the mark or something. That's what the commentator said. And he actually did a little bit of a hand pass over to the other guy, and that guy just just drop kicked it into the goal. And the commentator was like, "What are you doing, dude? Why didn't you take the mark?" I think what he meant was that was quite a gutsy, ballsy move, and why not just take the easy option? And then straight after, this dude C. McDonald, I think it was Connor McDonald. I just wrote here C. McDonald. I said gets a gift of an own goal. Yeah, I think he scored the goal. Sorry, yes. So Connor McDonald scored the goal, but some other dude from the Swans absolutely, they fought so hard to get back into the game, and then that was the pivotal point where the game was just taken away. He shanks it. He's in his own little goal area, and he shanks it straight to Connor McDonald, who just catches it and then takes the goal essentially, and it's like scoring an own goal. And I just wrote you that Hawthorn showed champion pedigree to hold on after a very tough period. And then finally, Sicily scored to take the game away from the Swans, which, I think got the score to about 96-70 something. Anyway, and then the game ended 96-76. Hawthorn Hawks win the first game of the season. Probably quite a big statement. I'm assuming a 20-point margin is pretty intense. Or shows at least a gulf in class right now. We'll see where the season goes, but even the way they're swaggering around the field, look at them. So it looks like the Hawthorn Hawks are the team. I was rooting for the Sydney Swans during the third quarter because it was at home. It was a home game, and they were coming from behind. I think they were behind by like 27 or something, and then they brought it down all the way to like 8, something ridiculous. So you kind of feel for them. Maybe they just put way too much energy into flipping that scoreline, and then maybe that energy just seeped away towards the end. So yeah, great win by the Hawthorn Hawks. Really enjoyed that experience. It would be cool to actually watch with some people, because it's a bit weird, like just sitting on your own, not really knowing what's going on. But yeah, maybe one day. I did try to do a live stream. I think a few people did watch. So thank you if you did watch. Maybe I can do another one for another game. I don't know when I'll watch another game. I'll check it. I'll check it. Oh, sorry, I just saw a message on my laptop. Yeah, I'll check the fixture list and see which one kind of stands out. Not that I know who's gonna do well or not. Hope you guys got something from that, and really enjoyed my first watch. Peace.